Hey, come see us in Ashland, Virginia, Athens, Georgia, Rutherford, New Jersey at the Icarus Festival, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So there's this guy, Michael Shermer. Now, he's a scientist, and he's the founder of the Skeptics magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with that. And so he put out a tweet recently, and it speaks to exactly what I'm talking about. All the Democrats can do is fearmonger about Trump. And their fear-mongering doesn't even have to make sense. People just keep repeating it. And so he finally, this guy who was not a Trump fan, he couldn't take it anymore, just like me. And he tweeted this out. He goes, "You all know I'm not a Trump supporter, but I don't get the argument that if he's reelected, it will be the end of our democracy." How would he do that exactly? Right. And I just want to say, I think I might be reading the tweet of a man who's about to lose everything. How could he end democracy? I think the only way Trump could end democracy, Sam, maybe you could back me up on this, is if Trump had a time machine and he traveled back to 1913 and he invented the fucking Fed and the fucking, right? Because that's what ended democracy.
100%.
Okay?
Everything you see right now. So when you said earlier about how they're losing their ability to sway us, that's really it. All the money that they're losing when you see, oh, Disney lost this, many billions, but they don't care. It's Fed funny money. They just get a bailout. They clean up all the red. It's the fact that nobody's watching their stuff. And like, if you really want to get into some 5D chess, after the Tom Brady roast, all you heard is, we're back. Oh, comedy's back. It's back. Trying to kind of lure you back into like, hey man, we're giving you what you want. Come back to Netflix, man. We're getting.
Yes, that's what that was.
We're saying
that's exactly what that was. Because Netflix has been eating it fucking hard. And they're like, please come back. We're sorry.
Oh, we're back. Everyone kept saying it. All these talking heads. We're back. Oh, comedy's back. And it's like they're trying to pull you back in because they lost you.
It's like, we'll let you make gay jokes again. Come back. We'll let you do that.
Fat, bearded comics wearing flannels are panicking all over Silver Lake. Oh, shit. We're not the... Oh, fuck. Comedy Central's crumbling.
And that's just the women.
First of all, for Trump to end democracy, the first thing that would have to happen is America would have to be a democracy, okay?
Democracy means I'm on TV.
And in 2022, they did a ranking of the countries that had the most democracy. You know where America ended? The United States ended up 29th, right behind South fucking Korea, okay? So, yeah, that's right. So we're not a goddamn democracy. We're an oligarchy that was proven by a study by Princeton over 10 years ago. And that's why this is always funny to me when they say he's going to end democracy. They ended democracy 50 fucking years ago when corporations took over our goddamn government. When are you going to get pissed off about that? The answer is never.
I can't get over the idea of Trump with a time machine. That'd be pretty cool. I'd watch that movie.
Have you not seen that children's book, that bizarre thing, the Adventures?
Little Baron Trump? Have you seen that? Oh, you should look into that.
It's fucking batshit.
But it's like, Jimmy, when you were talking about going to Europe and you said it was very eye-opening, right?
Oh my God.
Right? It's like, I remember, and this, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I remember going to China, and I'm like, dude, well, it's not really that bad. There was a
It looked like the future when I went, dude. It looked like the future. Some people always wore masks. It was very polluted.
But the Asians always, but they wear it when they're sick. Instead of covering your mouth, they just wear a mask. They don't wear the mask to stop from getting sick. They wear it when they...
They don't do that here either. They do it to virtue signal.
Yeah, 100%. But you go to other countries like, wow, this isn't that bad. And all you keep hearing about all the freedoms we have and all. And then you realize... It's like someone just put out a video about all the technology in Japan and how advanced they are. They have high-speed rail systems. We can't get that here. We can't get that because we are ran by oligarchies who just steal our money all the time. And they don't want to give us anything because this is the truth, guys. The truth of what's going on right now is that they want to make you so dumb and unhealthy that you can't participate in democracy, in what they think, or in our government, and you don't realize that the world basically uses our Federal Reserve to fund the stormtroopers, which is the military-industrial complex that goes around the world and just curb stomps brown people and steals all their natural resources. And they don't want you to know that. So they want you so dumb that you don't participate in it. And that's what the whole thing is, dumb us down so we don't know how government works, and that we don't, like, I'm tired of my tax dollars. It's like your tax dollars don't go to fund war. Your tax dollars pay off the interest on the Federal Reserve. Sorry, I'll show you.
I just Googled oligarchy and I agreed.
Honestly, Sam, I would vote for you except you're Armenian. But I'm a fan of what you said. We can come back to it.
Bro, you Turk? Bro, you Turk?
No, I'm not Turk.
This idea that we live in a democracy, because of the Electoral College, the president gets elected by 6% of the population from 6 different states. It's not a democracy. That's called The Bachelor, okay? That's really good. So no, that's why they only campaign in those fucking states, the swing states, whatever. They don't. So I know a lot of people like the what's it called, the Electoral College. But the Electoral College is anti-democratic and bullshit, and we should have a populist election of the President of the United States, and then your vote actually fucking counts. No matter if you're a Republican and you vote in California, your vote doesn't fucking matter for the President of the United States. If you're a Democrat and you vote, I don't know, what's a good hard red? Alabama? I don't know.
Alabama.
Texas. Fucking your vote doesn't matter. So wouldn't you like everybody's vote to matter when it comes to the President of the United States? And that's why so we don't live in a democracy, and that's why shit like that is such bullshit, because there's no way Trump can steal our democracy. Your democracy was stolen from you a long fucking time ago, okay?
But I also get nervous, Jimmy. I agree with your sentiment. But I also get very nervous about allowing New York City and LA to basically decide who the president at the same time.
And also,
that's my only pushback on that, because if you actually take a look at Canada, they're fucked. Canadians are fucked because Toronto decides who gets elected all the time, and that's why Trudeau can't go anywhere without 1,000 security guards, but he just keeps getting elected.
Yeah, but Sam, you get nervous about like lizard people and like a lot of stuff.
okay,
That is
also,
true. I'll take that L, but
also, fat people shouldn't be allowed to vote.
I'm with you, bro. I mean, if we had a system...
I'm sorry, Sam, I'm sorry, but one person, one vote. You can't have one person, one vote, but other people, 1 or 2 votes per person, or 3. That's just... And if you have a problem with fucking Toronto, then they should go to Toronto and convince those fucking people to vote for them. That's how democracy actually works. You don't give more people more votes because you can't convince people in New York or Los Angeles to vote for you. You need to go there and convince them. I can fucking do it. Why can't fucking anybody else do it?
What if I weigh as much as 3 people?
But there's black people that don't know what computers are, Jimmy.
Some people don't even know what computers are. You have to play records for them.
Okay, so Michael Shermer has more to say. He says, Trump doesn't control the Supreme Court. They refuse to hear his case about the 2020 election. Trump doesn't control the state and county courts. He lost 60 cases over the 2020 election, many Republican judges that he appointed. Trump doesn't have the military to back him if he loses in 2024, or if he wins and refuses to leave the White House. Okay, so now you've made enemies of both Carl Reiner and Rosie O'Donnell for life. Just keep dipping that hole deeper. He goes, in 2029, Trump doesn't control voting precincts. Even Republican-run ones declined to overturn the 2020 results. Trump's own loyal vice president, Mike Pence, refused his demands over the 2020 election college count. I can't imagine riots with MAGA. I can imagine riots with MAGA extremists and their guns causing regional violence. But wouldn't police, the National Guard, or the military put those down as they've always done historically?
It's a long tweet.
As bad as January 6th was, Trump left, and we had a peaceful transfer of power as usual. next time will be different. How exactly? How the fuck exactly will it be different? They don't have any answer for that. And what they're talking about is we just have to keep scaring you about Donald Trump because the establishment, as headed by Joe Biden, is not going to do a fucking thing for you materially to make your life better. We're going to keep spending money on wars and defunding America. We're going to keep the border open and have homeless people fucking everywhere. So go fuck yourself. And that's all that's all this is.
Jimmy, I know how it's going to be different next time. They're going to take a shit on Mike Johnson's desk.
Okay, here's how it's different.
That was true. That is true. That is totally true. You know it.
It's a lot like Jaws Part 2. This time, it's personal.
In what world does that woman know Jaws too?
It's an old reverence that I learned at an underground bass party.
So, and here's the perfect example of that. These people watch MSNBC and CNN, and they get worked up to think that Donald Trump's going to end democracy and he's a big criminal. And then when they're confronted with questions like this, they immediately crumble. Here's a perfect example of that. This guy was doing an arrest Trump. He was outside the court where they were having and somebody asked him, here we go.
Is this unprecedented to arrest a former president for not turning in documents?
A former president that had committed this many provable criminal acts.
But what are the provable criminal acts, I guess?
Provable criminal acts. Well, I'm done talking.
Is this unprecedented?
I was blacked out, and he had more power than me.
He goes, how am I supposed to know the criminal acts? I only get my news from Jimmy Kimmel.
Here we're doing stand-up in Ashland, Virginia, Athens, Georgia, Rutherford, New Jersey, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Ontario, California, Irvine, California, Las Vegas, Davenport, Iowa, Chicago, Grand Rapids. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com and don't go to a second reseller. Not good.